If you got a 3 or a 4 on the first mastery check for Module 8, you do not need to do this assignment unless you would like more practice. If you did not get a 3 or a 4 on Module 8 mastery check number 1, then we're going to do these problems together. Make sure you have the worksheet, and we're going to go through these together step by step to get a little more practice so you can look for your mistakes on your quiz to be able to fix them. So make sure you have the worksheet and let's go. So our first one tells us to evaluate. That just means to solve. And we have this expression here. We need to follow GEMS. So the first thing we need to do is write down our steps. So go ahead and get your steps written down. So we're looking for G, which is the groups. So we have 8 divided by 4 plus 6 plus 3 groups squared. So here's my group. So I'm just circling the group first. This is outside of it, so we're going to ignore that for now. We're going to take care of this right here. So 6 plus 3 is 9. So now I need to bring everything else down. So this is squared. Here's the plus sign, the 4, divide, 8. So now we have 8 divided by 4 plus 9 squared. So we do not have any more groups. We're going to cross off our G. So make sure you're doing everything I'm doing. It's these little tiny things that make a big difference. So we're looking for the E, the exponents. We have one right here, so we're going to circle that. Now, somewhere on your paper, we need to write, that means 9 2 times. Not 9 plus 9, 9 times 9. And we only have it 2 times. You have to pay attention to how many it's being repeated. So 9 times 9 is 81. So that's what we're going to write below here is 81. So I'm bringing everything else down. So plus 4, divide, and 8. So if we look, we are done with our exponents. We're going to cross off our E. So now we are on times and divide. We have to do the one we come to first. So we're looking left to right, just like we read. Oh, here's one. So we need to stop right here and do this first division problem. So we have 8 divided by 4. 8 is 2. Now we're going to bring down the plus 81. So now we just have one operation left. 2 plus 81 is 83. So every time we're starting from the left, we're working over and we're following our GEMS. So we finished our multiplication. All we had left was this addition problem that we did. Okay, so let's set up our problem with our checklist, GEMS. Okay, so we do have a group, but in the group, there's just a 2. There's nothing we can do to that. So it's 2. Our group is already done for us. So now we have E for exponents. So right here is our exponent, 2 to the third. So whatever's in this parentheses, we need to do 3 times. And we just have a 2 inside the parentheses. So somewhere on your paper, we've got 2 times 2, 3 times, one more, times 2. This is not 2, 4, 6. The biggest mistake I see is we start adding. We are multiplying. So connect, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. 2 to the third power is 8. So here's 8. Now remember this 3 doesn't make it 38. There's a little invisible multiplication glue dot there. So we need to multiply 3 times 8. And then we're going to bring the rest down, minus 8 divided by 2. So we do not have any more exponents. We're done with our E. So next up we have multiply and divide. Start where you read, over on the left. Oh, here's one. We need to multiply, so we're going to circle this. You do what you come to first when you're in that level. Sorry, those words were hard. So I'm in multiply and divide level, so I do the multiply and divide I come to first. So 3 times 8, we've got 8, 16, 24. Now we're going to minus 8 and then divide by 2. So we're still on multiply and divide, so that's not 1. Oh, but here's the division problem. So now we need to do this. 8 divided by 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8. We've got 4 there. So we're bringing the rest down. So now all I'm left with is 24 minus 4 is 20. So you can see, right? It's funneling down to the answer. We're funneling down to that answer. Every step, we're circling one part of it according to the level of gems that we are on. Okay, so this one tells us to evaluate or solve when B is 6 and F is 2.1. So all we're going to do is when we see a B, we're going to put a 6 there. When I see an F, I'm going to put a 2.1. So we're going to start and replace the B with a 6. Don't write on top of it. Write the new problem. So here's 6. Groups of 3 minus F was 2.1. Close parentheses. Plus B was 6 squared. Now that we've plugged those in, again, we just follow gems. So let's get our checklist here, gems. So we're looking for the groups. So we have a group right here. We need to, out to the side, do this problem because we need to line up our decimals. We're not doing 2.1 minus 0.3. So a lot of us like to be like, oh, that's bigger, and we put the 3 there. But no, it's 3, take away 2.1, and I need to line those decimals up. So I cannot do 0 minus 1, so I need to come borrow. That becomes 2, this becomes 10. 10 minus 1 is 9. My decimal comes straight down, and we have nothing here. So this is 0.9. So 0.9 or 9/10. And there's a, right, 6, it's not 6.9, there's a little invisible multiplication glue dot there. So we have 6 times 0.9, 9/10, plus 6 squared. So my G is done, we've done our groups, no more groups. So now we're looking for exponents. Oh, we have one right here. Out to the side somewhere, that's 6, 2 times, 6 times 6. Not 12, it's not 6 times 2. It is not 6 plus 6. 6 times 6. We have 6 and 6. 2 times 6 times 6 is 36. So we're going to write that underneath and bring everything else down. So plus 9/10. And we're timesing that by 6. Okay, so no more exponents. My E is done. So we are on the multiply and divide level. So starting from the left, working over, oh, there we have a multiply. So I need to do 6 times 9. So 6 times 9 is 54, and we have one decimal place. So boop, we need to move it over 5.4, and then we're going to add on 36. So now we just have one problem left, so we need to match these up. So we have 5.4. This 3 cannot go under the 5. This is a 1, this is a 10. We need to line up our decimals. 36.0 is what we are adding on. So this is like $36 and $5.40. So if you do this, that's like adding on $3.60. That's a very different problem. You're only going to have about $9. Where we already have 36, we've got to get bigger than that. That doesn't make sense. It's not a good estimate. So my estimate, right, is 36 and 5. My answer should be about 41, maybe a little bit bigger. So here's 4 plus 0. Bring my decimal down. 6 plus 5 is 11 and 4. So my answer is 41 and 4/10. I said it should be close to 41, so that makes sense. You've got to make sure we're lining decimals up and putting them where they need to be. So every time we are following gems, we're doing one level at a time, one step at a time, circle what you're working on. Okay, so I want you to look at your blue mastery check and see if you can find the mistakes that you made. Make sure you've written down gems and they're going through your checklist every time.